I'll just brush on with the concept that we have seen in the previous class. I'll just show you, I'm showing you the slides. So we started off with strings. There are three major operations in the string: the concatenation, repetition, and slice. We have seen examples for concatenation and repetition, and then for slicing. So in the slicing of the string, what we have done is, this is how you slice, right? So there will be two arguments over here. Say for example, I have 2 and 10. Okay, so what it will do, it will start printing the characters from the second index. Okay, so from the second index till 10 minus 1 till the ninth index. So this is what we have seen in the slice operation. So there is the third argument inside the slice operation. Okay, you can say 2 colon 10, and also you can say colon and some value you can specify here. The reason why we didn't specify anything over here is we want to print all the characters from 2. Okay, so by default the stride value is 1. Okay, so if I mention the stride value to be 2, what it will do is it will print the alternating characters starting from the index 2 to 10. Okay, so I hope everybody understood what is stride.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll show this with an example. Okay, the stride example. So the lines that I have written from here, okay, so all these lines you can write it in your online compiler and you can execute on it. Okay, so I want you girls to come out of the C programming mindset. In C programming, you'll start with hash include and all that. By looking at this code, some girls might think that this is part of a program. Okay, so this is not part of a program. This is the entire program, that every concept I'm giving you the entire program. I'm not giving you the part of the program only. So you can take a screenshot of this particular slide and you can execute this in your online editors. Okay, so this is the entire program. And so what I did in the first line of the program, I have said str is equal to Python programming. So I have taken a string over here, so which is Python programming. Okay, and after this I'm demonstrating how to use the stride argument inside slicing operation. Okay, so by default it is 1, so here I didn't mention anything. So I'm saying just look for the syntax. So I want str2 is to 10 to appear in the output. So I have given it in double quotes. After that, I want the operation. So comma, and then I mentioned the operation. So what is the operation? First operation that I mentioned. So the first operation I mentioned is str2 is to 10. Okay, so from the second index onwards, it will start printing the characters till 10 index. Okay, 10 minus 1 index. So you can see that this is the second one, and it has printed till O. Okay. So you can see that 2 is T, and then O is 9. Okay, 10 minus 1, which is 9. So till 9 it has printed. So the first output is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Here the default stride value is 1 number. Okay, so now what I did, now even if you give this 1, the output is same. Okay, so it is by default. Even if you give or don't give, it will take 1 as the default value. Okay, so in the next case, what we have done is from the beginning till the end of the string. Okay, so from the beginning till the end of the string we have taken, and I'm giving the stride to be 2. So what it is doing, it is leaving one character and it is printing the characters from the beginning till the end. Okay, so this is what it has done. First it has given P, then it left Y, then T and left H and printed O and left N and printed a space. Is it clear, girls? The second one, so wherein we have given the stride to be 2. And in the third case, the stride is 3. Okay, so it will leave two characters and print the output for me. Okay, so you can also give it in this manner, or else you can give 2 columns and then you can give 3. Okay, so this is also valid. Whenever you don't give anything as the beginning and ending, it will consider the entire string. So it has considered the entire string and taking the stride as 3. It is leaving two characters, and the third character it will print, and so the output of these two is same. Okay, so now -1 will print the string from the end. Okay, so from the end it is printing programming Python in reverse order. Okay, so -2, what it will do is it will 1 character. So is the stride concept clear to my class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is comparing strings. Okay, so comparison operators in string. We have the relational or comparison operators, you know, like it's equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, and all that. You can use them while comparing the string. Okay, for comparing two strings, you can use these relational operations. So I'm saying equal to, not equal to, and the resultant of the relational operations, you know that it's a Boolean value, either it will be true or false. When I say seenu is equal to seenu, so it is saying it is true because both the strings are equal, so it is giving me an answer true. When I say seenu not equal to seenu, it's giving me a false, okay, because it's equal to, so it's giving me a false. So a seenu greater than seenu, else it's giving me a false because it's equal to. Then here I said I have capitalized this character. Okay, so in the second seenu, I have capitalized the first character to first character from lowercase s to uppercase s, and then the first letter in the first string is lowercase. So lowercase s starts in the ASCII. Okay, so in the ASCII, the uppercase starts first and the lowercase begins after the uppercase. So obviously the uppercase will have less value than lowercase. So that's the reason it is comparing the first s's, and then it is saying that it is true. Okay, so in the next case, it is also saying true. And in the next case, when I said less than, I gave both the strings to be equal. So it's saying it's false. Then here I said capital S. Okay, so it's saying it's less than, S it's saying true. And less than or equal to is there, so it's saying true. So you can use all these operations in comparing your strings to get a Boolean result. Is this slide clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the next operation is like using help. Python documents, you can get a help by simply using a help. Okay, so herein I'm taking a string A and I'm saying str dot, because this is a method you just need to apply it on instance on an object. So this is a must. You have to say str is equal to something, and then only you have to say str is lower. Not only is lower, you can find out the description of any of the methods by using the help. Okay, so you can say help and then str dot is lower. So it is giving the description regarding what is this is lower, what is the return type of is lower. Okay, is lower is returning a Boolean value for me, true and all that. And what is the functionality of this is lower, what and all is there in the document, it is just dumping it on the screen for you. Okay, so you can find out the description of the methods like this by using help. Okay, so in the next example, taken is alpha. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that you can apply it on any of the methods. Okay, so this is showing is alpha method description is shown in your output. Okay, so you can use help. Help will give you the description of the methods. Okay, but this is how you have to give it. This is the syntax. You just need to follow this syntax. Okay, to get the description of the methods that I have shown you, all the methods. Okay, right. So that's it with the concepts of strings. I hope everybody understood strings well. Okay, and the next topic of your second unit is about lists. Okay, so these are all the topics that are given in your syllabus. So we look each and every concept in detail. So in what is a list, and after that accessing values in the list, updating values in the list, nesting of the list, cloning of the list, and then basic operations, list operations, then list methods, then list comprehensions and looping in the list. Okay, so after looking all these 8 concepts, you will come to an end of the list. Okay. So this is a very elaborate concept wherein we'll be seeing each and everything in detail. And also I have given all the methods, list methods and basic list operations, everything I have included. I didn't, to understand list, let us just understand what is meant by a sequence. So this is an interview question, like they'll ask you like, what is a sequence? Okay. Sequence is a generic term used for ordered set. So there are three basic types of sequence. The first one is string, the second one is list, and the third one is tuples. Okay, I didn't mention dictionary over here because dictionaries do not start with an index of 0 and all that. Okay, so dictionaries are key value based. That's the reason it doesn't come under sequence. So that's why I didn't put it over here. So it's a very, very important question. Generally, people say dictionaries also. No. Okay, so sequence are the generic terms used for ordered set, and there are certain rules for why it is a sequence. Why it is a sequence? Each element has specific index, and the index value starts from 0. And these are the basic data structures. What is a data structure? It's a group of elements put together under the same name. And here data structures are used for organizing and storing the data, so that whenever you want to retrieve the data from the data structures, it is very efficient. Okay, you can retrieve it faster. So that's why we do have the data structures. Okay, so it's a way of storing the data and organizing the data for the fast retrieval. Okay, and so these are the data structures, and here the three types of sequences are strings, lists, and tuples. Okay, so these are compound data structures, meaning that you can have one inside the other. Okay, right. So what are the other operations that you can perform on the sequence? The other operations are like you can find out the length of the sequence. These are few operations to just name. There are many other operations wherein I have given them in the slides. In the consecutive slides, you will find all these operations with examples. Okay, so these are few operations like that you can perform to list. So the length of sequence, finding minimum element in the sequence, finding maximum element in the sequence, then indexing. Okay, so then slicing, then multiplying, checking for the membership using in and not in, all these, etc. All these are the operations. But I have listed out each and every operation in detail in the subsequent slides. Okay, so now straight away coming to the point of list. So list is most versatile data types in Python. How do you give a list? You give a list by putting a square bracket. So square bracket, inside the square bracket, you'll be giving the elements. So say I'm saying 1, 2, 3, separated by commas. So the elements over here are 1, 2, and 3 are the elements. And I need to put it in the square bracket. So this is the syntax. Okay, so that's what is the second line. Okay, so list consists of items separated by column and closed within the square bracket. And lists are similar to the arrays, but the only difference between list and array is that in array you can store only the similar data types. Like here, for example, I have given only integers, but in list what you can do is I can give a character, then I'm giving 3.14, then I am giving 100, then I can also give a string wherein I'm saying Sudha. Okay, so this can be a list. Okay, so in the array, what you generally do is I generally give all, for example, if this is C programming, wherein I can say A of, if I say int A of 5 or whatever. So here, this array which can hold 5 elements is of integer type. So I'm declaring it to be an integer type. So I cannot put any other elements inside it. I can only put integer 5 elements into this particular array. Okay, so but here in the list you don't have this one. Okay, so in the list the thing is like you can have any of the data types here. Okay, so that's the difference between array and list. And you can also include true or false. Boolean also can be there. So I can say A, I have a character, then I am saying true is there, and then I'm saying 10 is there. So in this example, you can see that I have a character in the list, I have true which is a Boolean literal, and also I'm having 10, which is an integer. I can also have a string also. I can put double quotes and put so double quotes or single quotes, and I can put a string also. And I can also have floating values also. Okay, so the list, that's what I said, that it is versatile. Okay, so and so that's the difference between array that you have seen and the list. Okay. Else the rest of the concept is similar to arrays and lists, wherein the lists are accessed using the indexes. So here the first element, say if I just consider this list, A is at index 0, true is at index 1, and 10 is at index 2. Okay, so the indexing starts with 0. The first element will be given 0 and all this. That's why we are saying that it is ordered list. Okay, you cannot change the order as you like, but using certain operations, you can actually insert something in the middle. So that will actually change the order of the list. But initially, it's an ordered set. Okay, right. And the first element is at 0 index and all that. And n is the number of elements. And you can use these operations, I said length and all that, to find out the number of elements in this. And this is a very important point, which I already have discussed. That list is mutable, meaning that you can change a value. And another point is list can contain duplicates also. Okay, so the list allows duplicates, and you can also change the values. So this is very important point. Okay, so for example, say that this is my list. I can also have a 2 again in the list. It allows duplicate values. Okay, so I can have 1, 2, 3, and also a 2 again. Anything can repeat any number of times. Okay, so duplicate values are also permissible. And the next one is the syntax of how do you declare a list. To declare a list, so the syntax is list variable. Very simple. I'll be just saying list variable, and then I'll say is equal to, I'll open a square brackets, and then I'll say value 1 and all that. So say I'm saying L is equal to, so I'm saying 1, 2, 3. So a list is created. Okay, so I'm saying L is the list variable here. Okay, so L is the list variable here. Then I said equal to, then this is an assignment. So I'm saying there is an square bracket, and value 1, value 2 until value n are the elements in the list, and then a closing square bracket. So that's how you declare a list. Okay, so these are all the examples. Okay, so you can try. These 2 lines are the entire program, and don't think that these 2 lines are part of the program. No, these 2 lines are the entire program. You can try it out. Okay, so just type list is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and say print list in your online editor. It will just print 3, 4. Okay, it will not be 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be formatted in terms of square brackets, and that's how you get the output. Okay, so in the next case, I have given characters. So this is the list of characters, and it is printing all the elements inside the list for me. Okay, so a very simple list with example. Okay, how it is printing the list on the screen. Now we'll straight away get into the point of accessing the elements of the list. Okay, so how do you access the values in a list? Okay, so obviously by the index number, right? So by index values, like how you access the elements of array, you can also access the elements of, because random access, you can directly access the second element, or you can directly access the third element, or you can directly access the fourth element. But provided the index is a valid index. Okay, so if you're not giving the index properly, so it will throw you an index error. Okay, so index L is equal to 1, 2, 3. And here, how many index are there? 0, 1, and 2 only. But if I try to access index 3, then it is an error. Okay, so you cannot access. So this is where actually the bugs into the program creep in, like near the bounds of the indexes. Okay, so you need to be very careful when you try to do it. Okay, and also another confusion that generally the programmers get is like, because the index starts with 0, they get confused with 3 and 2 and all that. Okay, so this, because of this confusion also, like the bugs try to creep in. Okay, this can be concatenated. You can just concatenate 2 lists by just using an operator which is plus. Okay, so all the operations that you have performed on the string, certain operations you can also collect concatenation, you can also perform on the list. You can take two lists, list 1 and list 2, and you can just say plus between these two lists, it will just concatenate. Okay, and this is how you use the slice operation on the list. The same syntax. Okay, so this is start, this is stop, and this is stride. Okay, the step over here is stride. Okay, so stride will actually skip. Okay, so if you are saying 1, the next character is printed by default, but if you are saying 2, it will skip 1 character. Okay, so that's what is your step. And why I have put it in square bracket is because it's optional. All right. Okay, so here are certain examples wherein I have shown you how to access the values in the list. Okay, so the first example, this is the example and this is the program. Okay, so the 2 lines that I have written here, which is shown in blue color, are the lines of the code. Okay, so that is your entire program. That is your entire program. So in the list, I have given the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 8, 9. So to show you that duplicate values can be there in the list, I have given 2 2s over here. Okay, fine. And now what I'm asking is, I want to print the elements of the list by skipping 1. Okay, and I want list to be considered, I can just put 2 columns like this. Okay, I have put 2 columns empty to just consider the entire list. So I'm considering the stride value or the step value to 2. So what first element of the list is 1. So 1 is printed over here. So since I said stride is equal to 2, what it will do, it will skip this 2 and print the next character, which is 3. And then it is skipping this 5, printing the next character, which is 2. And then skipping this 8, it is printing 9. 9 is on the screen. And skipping this 10, it is printing 11 over here. Is it clear, girls, how to use step or stride inside the list?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, will you do these programs after the class in your leisure time?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, since these are only 2 lines, you can really execute them. Okay, so if I start showing execution of these programs, it will kill my time. Okay, our time. So that's why I'm not showing you. If you want me to show the execution, I'll show you. Do you want me to show it?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
It's okay, right? You're able to understand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in the next program, so this is the entire program. Okay, so in the next program, what did I say? I said 1, and then I said from 1, I said the entire string. So you can see that I said 1 colon. Here I didn't mention anything, which means that I want to consider the entire string. Okay, I didn't write anything over here, and then I'm putting another column and I'm saying 2. So here what is the meaning is that I want to consider from index 1. What is the index? What is the element at index 1? The element at index 1 is 2, right? So the element at index 1 is this 2. So from the 2 till the end of the list, I want to consider. So I want to consider it. So this 2 is at index 1. And I want to consider till the end by skipping 1 character. So what it will do? So 2, it is printing on the screen for me here. Okay, so this 2, it is starting from 2. Okay, so then it is printing 5, skipping 3, and then printing 8, and then printing 10. Okay, so is the second stride clear? Second program clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So this consists of character, a string, and some integer, and also some floating value. Okay, so there is another list wherein I'm having D and 78. So when I say list, print the list. Okay, so it's printing all the values in the list. And then when I say list of 0, okay, so it's printing the first character, first element, which is there at index 0. And the indexing of the list starts with 0. So what is at index 0 of list, which is A. So it is printing A over here. And I said 1 from 1 to 3. Okay, so from 1 to 3 is like from BC. Okay, so and this is 2 and this is 3, right? So whenever I say the end, okay, so the integer that I give, if I give 3 at the end, it means that 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1. So it will be printing till before this particular integer that I mentioned here. So when I say 3, it means that it will print till 3 minus 1, which is 2 index. So BC and 78 is printed. So I'm saying from 2 till the end. So 78 until the end it is printing. And this is multiplication, applying multiplication or repetition operation on the list. So list into 2, 2 times list is printed. And next is concatenation, wherein I said like you can concatenate 2 strings together. So I said list plus list2, which is giving this output for me, wherein it has concatenated A, B, C 78, 1.23 and B and 78. Okay, so the both elements from both the list is printed. Okay, so just you need to use the concatenation operation, just like how you have used for the strings, you can use it for the list also. Is this slide clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now this is another example of accessing values in the list. Okay, so I have taken a list over here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 until 10. So in the first case, we are taking the list from 2 to 5. Okay, so what is 2? What is the value at index 2, which is 3, right? So from there, I want to print till 4. Okay, so what it is doing, 2, 3 and 4. So it is printing 3, 4 and 5 for me on the screen. Okay, so this is the output. And next I'm saying I want to print the elements from the second index till the end. Okay, so I didn't mention anything, end argument I didn't mention. So since I didn't mention the end argument, it will consider the entire string. Okay, so from the second index of the list, what is the element at the second index? 3 is at the second index. From 3, everything is printed. And here I didn't give any stride value. Okay, so it is considering it to be 1. So both these things are syntaxes will give the same answer for me. Okay, and next I am giving the, and I'm saying colon 2. So what it will do is from the beginning till 2, it will print for me. Okay, so 2 minus 1. Okay, so the first 2 characters 0 and 1 will be printed for me. And this is stride 2. Okay, so I have given a stride 2. So it will alternate elements will be printed. And consecutively all this. Okay, so I'm saying 1 and then the stride is 3 over here. So it will skip 2 characters and print the elements from the character which is at index 1. Okay, right. And here in last element of the list. So I have given -1 colon. Okay, so from the beginning, but I want the last character to be skipped. Okay, so I want the last character -3. It will skip the last. This is okay, so end I'm giving the ending, which is 1. Okay, so it will print 1 minus 1, which is 0. So it will print the element which is there at the 0th index. So 1 will be printed. Okay, so is this slide clear to everyone in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is string is mutable, so which means that you can change the values in the index. So this is at 0th index, this is at 1 index, this is at 2 index, and this is at 3rd index. So at the 3rd index, there is 1.23. When I initialized the string, declared and initialized the list, the value at index 3 is 1.23. But wherein in the middle of the program, I have changed the index to 1000.56. So this is called as mutable. You can change the values of the object. Okay, so I just changed the value of the object. So this is possible, and I'm printing the list, and this is how it is printing the list.